They called her a comet for a while, blazing bright, cutting through other people's night. Millie grew used to the quickness of that word, to the way it arrived at her in headlines and room-temperature conversations, as if it explained more than a light does. What the comet never said was how long it takes to learn how to be steady. On a rainy afternoon in a town that smelled of lemon oil and old scripts, Millie found a small abandoned lighthouse tucked between a bakery and a thrift store. It had been painted by someone with a careful hand, white as a blank page, its glass panes clouded with the dust of stories no one had told aloud. She climbed the narrow stairs until the city thinned into sky, and for the first time in months, the noise outside narrowed to a single line rain on stone. She sat on the lighthouse floor and practiced listening, not to fans or to critics or the slow hum of cameras in the distance, but to the small essential things that kept a person upright, the way her breath smoothed when she read a script out loud, the particular rhythm of a character who refused to lie, the memory of a classroom where someone once told her a quiet joke that made her laugh until she learned what laughter felt like on the inside. Each was a pulse reminding her that doing her work well began with being honest with herself. The people who loved her called and left messages, some urgent, some fond. The world outside demanded movement. But inside the lighthouse, she wrote lines for characters she might never play, rehearsed a speech she had yet to deliver, and let possibilities assemble like furniture in a house she'd not yet moved into. In the hush, she realized fame could be a stage and also a mirror. If you stood too close, you only saw other faces. If you stepped back, you could choose which reflection to answer. When she finally climbed down, the rain had cleared, and the air smelled like wet asphalt and renewal. Millie locked the lighthouse door with a gentleness that felt like promising not to the world but to herself, to keep finding quiet places where she could practice being whole. She walked into the city with a small suitcase of invented lines and renewed patience, knowing the comet in her would still streak across the sky, but that a steady light, slow, deliberate, honest, was what would guide her through the longest nights.